A lot has been said this week about tips for OMADing after 50, and I think that's one of the things that ends up in my inbox every week, or if not every other week maybe, where people ask for tips on what they can do to improve. By the way, this is my first day back running at 100+ degrees, so forgive me. I'm trying to get my act together here after the run, and then maybe cool down a little bit. But this is actually a dangerous question. Most people wouldn't know, because when you say, what tips do you have for me, that implies that what was said wasn't proper. The OMAD, or 1 meal a day plan, as I've laid it out on this channel, is good for everyone of all ages if you follow it consistently. But we should address the aspect of aging on OMAD, how your body changes. And I do get people, 50+ usually, who say, I feel bloated. They say, I feel constipated. I feel like the food is staying in my stomach for a prolonged amount of time. And I wanted to know if you could give me tips on losing. I'm not losing as fast as I used to. Well, it should be no mystery that as you age, your metabolism is gonna slow down. Now let's spend a few moments and talk about what that means for your metabolism to slow down. As you age, your peristaltic wave, the gut lining in your small intestine, is squeezing, as it has been your whole life, to try to push your food through the digestive tract. And as you age, that process becomes less and less efficient. And so the result is you tend to have a slower metabolism, because your food stays in your digestive tract longer. So when your actual difference in aging and metabolism slowing down is only about 15%. You go back and look at all my older videos on this channel, and you will see that your real metabolism slowing down is mostly in your head. It's only about 15%. If you follow the tips and stick with them, you'll have success. But let's proceed further anyway and give some tips. So what can you do if you're having trouble and you have legit a slow metabolism? By the way, I don't care if you're 50 or 70 or 80. I have viewers in all age ranges, and they have similar results. So here's what you can do if you feel like you have a slow metabolism. Number one, take my advice about apple cider vinegar and triple it. Since this channel started, I recommend doing 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with the juice of your choice. 1 12-ounce, 9 to 12-ounce glass at the meal once per day. You can have it with water, it doesn't really matter. If it has calories, or if it's sugar, if it has high fructose corn syrup, who cares? You'll be fine. And when you do that, that too will help a normal person to average about an extra pound of loss per week. Now, if you do 3 times that, you'll see almost 3 times the results. Maybe not quite, but close to. But one of the things you will definitely see is you will lose that stuffed feeling. You'll find that you start going to the bathroom more regularly, and you see the pounds drop and the water weight drop as well. And you will find that your metabolism speeds up naturally without you doing anything else. So that's the first thing. Do not neglect what I have taught you on this channel, particularly with regard to apple cider vinegar, because what you lack that you used to make plenty of is hydrochloric acid. That's the main gut acid. That's the reason your young son or daughter or nephew or granddaughter or grandson can go to Whataburger and put down triple meat Whataburger and large shake and finish out the day like a hummingbird without missing a beat. And you can't do that because you don't make those chemicals anymore as much. By the way, that's the same reason you go through the day as a kid and you feel really good. You get those bursts of nostalgia that come, and then as you get older, you hit about 40, they almost go away. Which leads to point number 2. Pay close attention to, and respect actually, to your carb intake. No, I'm not teaching low carb. You can do whatever carb you want. High carb, low carb, I don't care. But pay attention to the blood sugar spike aspect. When the older you get, the more efficient your body will become, if you're not diabetic, at quickly bringing down your blood glucose. Now, when that happens and you eat a whole bunch of sugar, what you're going to actually do is you're going to beat up your pancreas and you're going to start causing it to overreact, which is going to make you feel not as good, and it's going to kick you out of fat loss a little bit quicker, because we all know that your insulin is too much insulin will turn off fat burning. So be mindful of carbs. I was talking to someone the other day and she said, I can't have more than 25 carbs on my OMAD. And I said, no, yeah, that's ridiculous. You can have 75 or 85 easy. And if I finally got her to play with the higher ratio of carbs to proteins and fats, and lo and behold, she still found that she lost at about the same, if not better than her previous ratio. So just watch sugar spikes. That's the second point here. 3, watch your fat. In summation here, what you can really do is keep your meals normal. Have a healthy respect for fat intake, which does process more easily to become fat on your body. You don't want to eliminate, get on the elimination mode. I've said before, the only thing you should eliminate, and this is the next point, is alcohol and dairy. Not necessarily eliminate, but get them to where you're virtually eliminated. If you can do that, you're going to have a much easier time, especially those of you with a beer gut and thunder thighs who are in your 50s and you have trouble getting it off. You cannot spot reduce. Please remember that. You cannot spot reduce. But what you can do is see a consistent loss. And that's the final thing here. Go back to the fundamentals of OMAD. Stop splurging. Stop saying, I've got grandbabies coming over. I need to cook. I needed to eat. I got depressed. I attended someone's funeral. I needed to eat. Stop saying that BS. And you will find that the results are there. But what is happening as you age is, just as your body is slightly changing, again, more of it's in your head, your perception of time is also changing. So you feel like you've been fasting, and lo and behold, you don't feel like anything. You feel like, oh, a lot of time has been gone by, but in reality it hasn't. 2 weeks is mission critical. Is there a broken record here? I keep repeating myself. I've done this in all these other videos. And then when you get to 6 weeks, you say to yourself, I know I can keep doing this. And you see those ideal results. So if you want to see your ideal results, you go to 6 weeks. You weigh once a week, don't weigh once a day. Another fundamental I've been saying from the beginning. And for the love of Almighty God, stop blaming stuff on age and genetics. You will find that your body's not what it once was, but it's not too much not what it was, because it'll always be human. And unless you think you're just going to develop wings and fly and become another species, you don't really have anything to worry about. So this is the reason you can knock it out, and you don't need to let your age determine your success or failure. Stop making excuses.